Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Kaiya, your favorite newbie metalhead. Today, I'm going to be listening to At the Gates for the very first time. We're going to be checking out their fourth record. It is called Slaughter of the Soul. This came out in 1995, and girl, I have no idea what to expect. I honestly have no idea what to expect with this band, with this album. I've never listened to At the Gates ever, so I've been told many times throughout this metal journey of mine that At the Gates is definitely a band to check out. They are considered melodic death metal based on Metal Archives. They're from Sweden, so I mean the Swedes know how to do death metal, girl, especially melodic death metal. I don't know what the juice is there in Sweden, but whatever they got, the Floridians also had in the 80s. 11 songs, comes in at 34 minutes and 13 seconds. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this record. We're going to start with the first song, Blinded by Fear. Oh, okay. Hello? What's going on?
We are blind to the worlds within us, waiting to be born.
It's very trippy. Oh my god. Okay. Love the vocals. Oh. Wasn't expecting that. Oh, we continue with... Okay. All right, that's first song. Love that we have this, like, I don't know what, distortion? I don't know what to call it, but it's like when you, your amp is on, you're about to, like, plug in your guitar, your electric guitar or whatever, and you hear, like, the edge of your, it's like this thing, girl. I'm recording my record, let me show you, you know? And it goes, when you're like plugging it into your guitar or whatever. That kind of sound. I don't know what that's called. Don't judge me. That is what is in like the end of that, and I love that it goes right into the title track, Slaughter of the Soul, which we will listen to soon. But I also like this intro. Like, so you have that little distortion sound, frequency, and I love that it like holds out. There's nothing else that kind of is there, but you can hear the fuzz, the white noise, to where you're almost like, are my speakers working? And then the song jumps right in. Really, really like that. It kind of gives me some futuristic vibes. I don't know why it made me think of like, Terminator, or I don't know, some sort of like Death Atlas kind of vibes, from Cattle Decaps, some sort of spacey. I'm not going to stop holding this now. I'm going to put this back. Some sort of spacey vibe though, right? That's kind of what it reminded me of. As far as the sound goes, I don't know why I'm getting the Black Dahlia Murder in their sound. I know the Black Dahlia Murder is melodic death metal. It's also that, but they were also in the early 2000s, so they were much later after the release of this record, but I'm getting that vibe. So I would not be surprised at all if this album in particular, or At the Gates as a whole, inspired the Black Dahlia Murder with their sound. We have Thomas Lindberg on vocals and lyrics, Anders Jorier, I'm going to butcher some of these names, for guitars and drums for track 5, and then songwriting. We also have Jonas on bass and songwriting, Adrian on drums, and Martin Larson on guitars as well. So it's nice that everybody kind of had a hand in the songwriting process, because sometimes that's just like one or two people. But production so far is really nice. Short and sweet song. Very good introduction into the record. I also think, this overall is a very short and sweet record at just like 34 minutes. So they are just not staying too long, not overstaying their welcome, and they're just kicking ass and taking names. And that's kind of how this song rolls, with like 40 seconds of it to almost a minute of it being like just a instrumental kind of interlude thing to kind of set the tone. Also interested to hear if they end the record with that kind of outro as well. But let's get into the title track now, Slaughter of the Soul. Go! Okay. Go! I'm here for it. Ooh. Those layered guitars. Okay, girl. Ooh. obsessed with that riff. Oh, that's the end? This is a banger. I'm getting Amon Amarth vibes. Like, there's some sort of, like, kind of inspirational... I'm going to say, like, Viking metal. Like, because that's, like, what Amon Amarth is, right? They're, like, Viking metal themed, Viking death metal themed whatever, right? Viking themed death metal. There you go. That's the word. But really, the vibe of that is this kind of inspirational, you know, it makes you want to pick up a fat axe, girl, okay, and go to war, right? That's basically what some Viking metal, it either puts you in like baking bread in a village or you're going off to war to fight ogres, you know? There's like two different vibes for that kind of thing, and you're kind of getting the like fighting ogres vibes with this. At least I am. I'm getting like some sort of inspirational, that melody, the bump, 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 bump. It's kind of this like little staccato delivery, but it's layered so well. And that is just, girl, taking away the drums, having little acapella moments here and there really adds so much dynamic to the song. It just makes it so diverse and enhances, I don't know words today. It enhances the listening experience. It makes your brain want to re-listen to it, you know. So it's making those little melodic riffs, the main riff, the bump 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 bump, it's making that stick out more, and having these little staccato breaks, these little acapella breaks makes the song stand out more so that you remember it more. They're catchy bops, girl. It's like Amon Amarth meets the Black Dahlia Murder, but I know Black Dahlia Murder came after, okay? But that's what I'm getting. And now this is another thing too that I'm kind of discovering with melodic death metal. There's a few different styles of melodic death metal. I feel like there's like the Insomnium Sad Boy kind of melodic death metal, where you have a lot more instrumental, actual melodic stuff added to it. This is like layered vocals that give it more of this choral sound, or you might have violins, or you might have more tribal drums layered over it, or you might have some other like wood instrument or acoustic guitar, something like that, to really add to the melodic aspect of it. Opeth, I know they're more progressive death metal, but they're also a really good example of that. They tell a lot of stories with their music. A lot of their earlier stuff is more moodier and talk a lot about death, and you know, they're more concepts, you know. And then there's bands like what I'm assuming At the Gates is, and the Black Dahlia Murder is, in which they don't have any of those elements, but they're still considered melodic death metal. And I'm assuming, and you can correct me if I'm wrong with this because I'm still figuring it out, but I'm assuming the reason why they're called melodic death metal is just because of like the guitars are the only thing that are giving it that melody, right? So it's going to be more riff heavy, and have a little bit more melodic elements just with guitars. The Black Dahlia Murder had a few extra little things here and there, but mostly it was just guitars, you know, and that's kind of what you're getting here. You're not getting the choral vocals. It's pretty much just straight meat and potatoes in terms of, you know, the instrumentals. But yeah, this main riff in Slaughter of the Soul is a big fat juicy steak, girl. Big fat juicy steak. But let's go ahead and listen to Cold. I love this intro coming out of the title track. If we don't, go do that paragraph then. The layering. I'm sorry. I'm absolutely obsessed with that. The bom banana. Lower harmony here. Higher harmony is here. But they're like syncing and then they're splitting at the bom banana. So they like come together, but then they're separate. Oh my God. It's just such a great layering piece around Thomas's vocals right now. This is the melodic part. This is absolutely the inspirational, I'm going off to war, kind of like Vikings-esque. I don't know. It's inspirational. I love it so much. Let's continue. Ooh. Okay, girl. Ooh. Put some sass on that. Oh, you're bringing back the stops. Cohesive. What did you do to the guitar there? Oh my God, that sounds cool though. Love that they brought the stops back. Made it cohesive, so they had the stops at the beginning. Now they're bringing them back for this kind of bridge. Did they just like mute? They didn't mute the guitar. No, they like put it through some sort of. Love the stops. I think it's just lower. Bring it back. Oh. All right. I don't mind that ending. I do not mind that ending. I don't know what they did to that bridge, but that is dope. Girl, the song structures are actual bops though. Like for being melodic death metal, like these songs are bops. Like I don't know what we're talking about with these songs. So this one's called Cold. To rid the earth of the filth. To rid the earth of the lies, the will to rise above, tearing my inside out. Me inside out. I feel my soul go cold. Only the dead are smiling. Ugh. Creepy. Gives me chills. To rid your heart of all lies, their poisoned tongues, poison hearts, burning cold. Now let the final darkness fall. The dream of the new disease on wings of euphoria. Sucking terror from the needle scars. 22 years of pain and I can feel it closing in. The will to rise above, tearing my inside out. To rid your heart of all the lies, their poisoned tongues. So this could be like to rid your heart of like toxic people and their words and their thoughts. Like poison hearts could be like, toxic people. Toxic words, meaning poison tongues. To rid your heart of all the lies, like be honest with yourself. Maybe that's kind of what we're going for. They're not overstaying their welcome. They do have more of a simple song structure, which leads me to believe that it's more, radio friendly is not really the word I'm looking for, but it's more easier to digest, I guess, for the masses. Easy to listen to, easy to get through, and you can replay this album multiple times or go back and replay this song multiple times, and it doesn't feel like a chore, Not saying that a long album or a long song, it depends on who the artist is and how much you really like it, right? But sometimes it can be a chore, Sometimes an 8-minute song, girl, you're not always going to be into wanting to listen to an 8-minute song. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Under a Serpent Sun is next. I think this might be the longest track on the record. Oh my God, it is. Look at that. We are reaching the 4-minute mark on this, girl. Slow your roll, honey. All right, Under a Serpent Sun, let's go. Ooh. Like that. Okay, where are we going with this? Ooh. Love that riff. That was so nice. So they have the harmonies of the guitar. You have a little bit, I think, lower and then a little higher kind of placed here. And then you have this like delicious deep walk down, and it's like right here. So it just like cuts through. That is so nice. That's the second time now that they've had this kind of layered harmony panned on opposite sides. So in Cold, they had it like this, and now Under a Serpent Sun, it's panned here. Oh, I love that. Again, riffs. This guitar tone, girl, it's everything. These riffs are they're just so nice. They're buttery smooth. And they're not doing anything wicked fancy here, girl. They're just like slapping these like beautiful melodies together. And the guitar tone is just everything. I love it. Okay, let's keep going. Obsessed with that. Ooh. Pull everything back. Come on, girl.
Hellbent creature, awesome fevered soul, heavenly venomous rapture. Stricken on by fear I fall.
Okay. You notice how they pulled all of the rhythm guitar out of this section. That's why it sounds so bare. So you literally just have the drums and then like one little melody here. So it opens up this bridge so much, and it's such a simple way to add diversity to your track and really make the listener pay attention and give them something different, because it's so easy to just have all of your instruments playing all at the same time and not even realize it when you're writing a song. But that is like what makes a good song a song. You think about how you can start with just like the bare minimum with your instrumentals and slowly build up from there. That's why you hear in so many of pop songs these days where, the verse is very simple. The first chorus is kind of just a nice bass line. And then usually in the second verse, they add a little extra, clap or bass tone or whatever. And then the second chorus, the second time it comes around, there's a lot more harmonies and maybe a synth pad or something like that to build on top of. And that's what they're doing here. And it's nice that it's like right at the end of the song. So I kind of want to go back. I just want to hear. And they also had this like, I don't know what it was. Yeah, it was some sort of spoken word. Under a Serpent Sun, we shall all live as one, is I think what he said. By fear I fall. Oh no, it's a final verse. God. Okay. You see how that works though? How it comes back. So when they bring back both the rhythm guitars, they just come back like it's punching you in the face. Feel that? And then it just makes you want to do this, right? Because it's just that so simple. Such a simple technique. And then you just slap the listener back with another banging riff that's just super punchy. You got both guitars doing it. Yeah. Fire. Love the layout of that. Love the way that ends. Again, another bop. Simple bops. We're not saying too much. We're not doing too much. We're not being incredibly fancy with it or too progressive with it or like, too techy with it. We're just giving you a little bit here and there. We're giving you, some verse, a little bit of a chorus, another verse, chorus, like that. That's basically what this is. You got verse, chorus, second verse, chorus, third verse, chorus, outro, and then an instrumental, like a bridge, and then an instrumental outro. So you're definitely getting a more traditional song structure, I would say. Yeah, this is definitely a very traditional song structure that they're sticking to, which again, I think makes it easier for the average listener to digest. It's not a bad thing to have that sort of traditional songwriting. You just don't see it a lot. I think that that's why I'm noticing it so much more, is because I don't feel like I see that kind of traditional songwriting structure with a lot of these bands, especially older death metal bands. Into the Dead Sky. What do you got for us? Of course, acoustic guitar. I should have expected it. This is my weakness. If you've been watching me for a while, you would know. This is a Spanish guitar. Sounds like those nylon strings. Oh, why'd you stop? Oh. No, you ain't. Oh, I'm sorry. We're going back to. I have to listen to this again. Hold on. Girl. That was the most beautiful introduction. Just a slight change with the panning. At the same time they change the riff. Bring the electrics in. Why would you pull it back, though? Where are the drums going? Okay. We're just taking a little acid break. Bro. The drums were not even on the same planet as us, okay? The drums sounded like they were taking acid. I don't know what effect that was, but that was trippy as hell. And it was kind of doing this, like it started here and it would do like a circle. So it'd be like, wah, and then it would slowly wave this way and go, wah. Like you could hear it. If you have headphones on, you could hear how trippy it was. You could hear it go into a circle, kind of wave this way, go into a little circle like it was a bee. And then it would come back over here and go, wee, wee, wee. It was kind of interesting. I'm not saying I totally don't mind it. It's very trippy. Definitely a trippy sort of psychedelic effect for the drums. But I really, truly think that drop, the bom, 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 coming out of the acoustic guitar. As I said, they have like the main acoustic guitar riff, then they switch up the melody and have it start here, and they pan it over here, which just makes it, one step a little bit more, a little different, intrigues your ears, and then they bring in the electric guitars and the bass, and it's... So the next song is called Suicide Nation, And let's see what they have to offer us coming out of that interlude. So let's go. Oh, we're angry. Oh, we're really angry. Nice. Okay, switch it up. A little bit of tech elements there. Nice. Love the solo. I love the fade up there. Ow. I love that that's how they end it. Oh, it's such a great little guttural oh with the reverb on it. This last line, the ba-da-da, jaws locked around your spine, actual bars, and I love how they it's like a fade up echo of the ba-da-da, to a side, to a side. YouTube doesn't like that word, but you get what I mean. So I like that. So it's like Manana Nation, Mass Appeal, Death Addiction, Dead but Dreaming, Restrained by Phobia, Brainwashed into Submission, Control, Control, Retribution answers cold, Moving in for the kill, Deep Hideous Festering, Bestial Epidemic, Repulsive Need. Utopia lost in chaos as the sky turns black. There is no turning back. Strained by our fears, brainwashed into submission. Control, control. This could be about, government trying to control people or whatever. I don't know. That's kind of what I'm thinking. It's giving like 1984, just a little bit. Not necessarily in a bad way. Another banger. This time you had a lot of really nice, deeper guitar parts. You had a little bit of a solo here, which is really nice. Love when we have good solos. Okay, let's go. World of Lies. Ooh. Okay, the drums are huge. Sassy. Okay, where are we gonna go with this? There's that sassy guitar riff again. Oh my god. It's like they added a little bit more like sass to it, a little more bounce. It is a very groovy song, groovy riff, but I'm telling you, they added some twang to they're like not southern twang, girl. There's some bounce, there's some sass. Once we got into this, I don't know what it is. This is the second verse, the bridge, girl. She bouncing like her booty is in the club, okay? I just need to rewind it a little bit so you can hear the difference between the riff before this and what they're doing now. You hear that? They're giving it a little bit more of a pull. See the difference? And then they bring it back. Woo! Okay, it's a bop. Actual bop and a half. What the hell? This is the difference, girl. Okay, the first riff is like, you know, the hot girl that just arrived at the club, right? And she's just, you know, she just ordered her first drink, right? The second riff is her when she's like 10 drinks in and she is throwing that thing back. That is the difference, okay? You could hear the two different stages in this last chorus. Final psychotic eclipse painted in the colors of a war. You just arrived at the club, you got your drink, you got your short dress on, you know, you're starting to get the tequila in your body, right? And then when they repeat this line, which is actually nice because they changed the final, like, sentence of this chorus to a world drenched in blood of the innocent. That's really cool. We're throwing it back. We are throwing it back, and they end on this high solo. It's just... Oh, did they put that main riff there? Let's see. Yeah, so here's the difference, okay? I think I brought it to the beginning of this chorus. Listen to that main riff. With a high riff over it? It's giving Bulls on Parade. Okay, that bounce. It's giving Roots, Bloody Roots. Girl, the bounce, the sass. Tell me you heard the sass in that damn riff. You felt the switch, right? It's totally Bulls on Parade vibes. Bulls on Parade. Ba-now, ba-ba-now, ba-ba-now. But you remember in that song how it goes like the bop-bop-bop-bop, 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 and then you have the Bulls on Parade at the end. It goes ba-now, ba-ba-now, ba-ba-now, and they finally give you that riff. That is that exact same vibe. That is what I want in my music, girl. That is perfect instrumental songwriting. They're really, really good at building up these little sections so that you're just keeping the listener's attention. They're not just keeping, like I said at the beginning of this video, they're not just giving you, you know, straight meat and potatoes and not giving you any sauce, okay? But it's the way that they're delivering this meat and potatoes, okay? It's like Walmart meat and potatoes versus like Gordon Ramsay making you steak and potatoes, okay? And you've got sauce. This song's got sauce. This is gravy. This song has Gordon Ramsay gravy on it, and it's so good, and I love it. You also have this little vocal interlude in there. So they're playing around with some elephants. They're playing around with some elements. Let me tell you, girl, World of Lies, you're a bop. You're a bop. The next song is called Unto Others. We're coming down to like the last four songs here. So let's go ahead and listen to Unto Others. What a change. Did he have a mess up on that line? You mock the weak for not giving you their trust. Pause, pause, pause. In your world of make-believe where statues turn to dust. I thought I heard something, and I think what I'm hearing, and I could be wrong, is that he was singing that line, and then if you're a singer, you might know what this feels like, but when you get a lot of like saliva buildup as you're singing and you know you need to swallow soon and take a breath before you deliver your next line, I feel like he had that moment where he had the saliva buildup and he just barely finished trust before he his throat was like, you gotta swallow, bro. And so he kind of did this like little glug and like swallowed and then maybe like corrected his mistake. And then I don't know if he was on time necessarily with In Your World. And we're going to listen to it again and just like finish the song. But I just want to hear it. Also, is he saying Judas instead of Judas? I'm waiting for it. Ah! Well, I won't go back to it. Maybe we will. Love the... Ooh. So I didn't back up to the proper section of the song like I thought I would, but it's fine. I won't waste your time going back to it, but that's kind of what it sounded like. Love the bridge and how they had that acoustic guitar layered in there. And he's saying Judas. My Judas window stays shut. Shut forevermore. I'm wondering, it's Judas, right? Judas? Or as Lady Gaga would say, Judas, Judas. Like, Judas. Nice. Interesting. Also, girl, can we talk about these, like, Nordic drums? Or, like, maybe it's a Swede thing. Because I don't know why, as I mentioned, I'm getting this, like, Viking vibe. Like, this inspirational, off to war, Viking, I don't know, it's not theatrical. It's like I said, it's like a monomarth style, but look at this. Like, girl, come on. And then they keep that riff, bum, 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 ba-da-dun, dun, dun, just panned over here to keep it going. But let me tell you, bestie, those drums are to die for. Like, that is a section. Again, another section of proof that At the Gates knows what they're doing instrumentally, where they're placing shit to get listeners to come back to their songs. This is the second little pocket that they've done this sort of drum style and with this riff over it. So it gets the listener to either rewind the song and listen to it, or just play the song from the top. again, that's how I am as a listener. When I hear a really juicy instrumental part, drum, bass, vocal, whatever it is, and I'm like, it always irks me too when the artist knows what they're doing too, because they know that shit's good, right? They'll do some little thing like this, but they'll only do it like once or twice in the song. And then so it forces the listener to go back. And you're like, damn, I got to go back. I just need to listen to that over and over. And I wish that At the Gates had done that more throughout the song, but I'm not sure if it would have fit or, if that was really their vision or whatever. But that is just to die for. The bum, 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 ba-da-da-da-da. And for some reason, the drums sound bigger and wider and more punchy when they're doing that kind of delivery style on them. It's different than the rest of the song for sure. So, there's something there that makes that particular drum section stand out over everything else in the song. So we've got 3 more songs. Nausea is next. Interested to hear what this sounds like. So we've got some very, very short songs off of this record that are ending this. I mean, this is like Tate McRae TikTok pop song lengths, girl. You've seen that trend now? How like all major pop songs are like 2.5 minutes long. They don't feel like having a third chorus anymore. That's kind of what you're getting here. I mean, these are 2.5 minutes for a melodic death metal song is a short song. You would see that more with like, gore grind. I mean, that's really long for grindcore. I don't know. I'ma just say it. That's short. But it's not taken away from the music. Like I said, it's not overstaying its welcome. So, Nausea. Oh, sweet nausea. Ain't nobody like to feel nausea at the gates. Why are you saying, oh, sweet nausea? Okay, let's go. Well, we're angry in this one, too. Nausea. Interesting delivery on that word. Got a solo. God. And then we're done. That's what I'm talking about. They're so short. They're so short. Interesting song structure. So we had the song structure instrumentally for this one was meaty verse, and then this kind of open, kind of airy chorus. And as I said, the delivery of the word nausea not nausea, nausea. Oh, sweet nausea. And you notice how it's like ba-na-na. So we're holding out notes. It feels very open, very airy. It's kind of this reprieve. And then we go right back into punching the listener in the face with these verses. I think it's fine. I think it's a fine song. Not totally my favorite, but it's not in a bad way. I think it's still good. But I also think it's just there. So Need is next, as well as The Flames of the End. Both about 2.5 minutes long. So The Flames of the End is an instrumental. I knew it. I knew it. Let's get into this next song, Need, before we get into the instrumental. Let's go. That's different. Auto. Oh, we entered the X-Files. Okay, so then he whispers, pans this chorus. That's what they do. Lay your hate to rest, open me with your kiss of steel, and my pain set me free. And then they do live only to die some more, need killing yourself to live, end. Love that we pulled everything back, brought this little ding 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 like little melody chime thing that was very like synth wave, or like it's like some sort of crime. Felt very true crime. Felt very 90s. I mean, it is 1995, so it felt very 90s. I like the layout of this song, and I like the lyrics. I really do. And I like that ending with the whisper. It's just so dynamic. Again, it's so dynamic. There's just so much diversity. There's so much thought to it. Open me with your kiss of steel, and my pain set me free. First two lines of the chorus, essentially. Then we have this like one word verse kind of thing for we are enslaved, forever enslaved. Then we repeat what we just said. Open me with your kiss of steel, end my pain, set me free. Then we say, live only to die some more, need, killing yourself to live. So it's almost like we're singing the first half of the chorus, have a one sentence verse, and then we're doing the chorus in full. And then we repeat the verse line for we are enslaved, forever enslaved. Lay your fears to rest. Let your dreams awake, for we are enslaved, forever enslaved. Lay your hate to rest. Open me. We end with the whisper of the chorus. And that is just an interesting build on the words, an interesting build of the lyrics. And I like that. So this is an instrumental track that closes out the record. Remember, we had this whispered outro chorus from Need. So now we're going to get into the flames of the end. I'm just going to play the last little bit of Need so we get kind of the listening experience of this song going into the last track. So let's go. It's like a xylophone almost. Oh, we got strings. Oh, the 90s aesthetic. It's very 90s true crime. I'm getting some vibes. They're building up on the orchestra. Only fade. Of course we do. Did I not call it? Did I not call it at the beginning of the record that they would probably end with this kind of weird white noise, static kind of sound effect? And they did. Not mad at it. Not mad at it. Probably could have been a little bit more of a smoother transition if I had to be super, super nitpicky about it. Between, like, you know, building up this orchestra and then it was just such a quick fade before they bring in this guitar. but that's okay. The 90s aesthetic, the 90s synths. Metal Archives doesn't have anybody listed as like doing keys or strings, so I'm not totally certain if, this record had a real violinist or orchestra, whatever, or if it's keys. I'm going to assume it's keys. If you know for sure, then obviously let me know down below in the comments, but I'm going to assume that this is actually just a keyboard synth that's doing this. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. Keys are something that sound extremely dated a lot sooner, a lot quicker, I guess, than a lot like any other instrument, in my opinion. Like, you can tell an 80s synth, right? 80s keys. You can tell 90s keys in pretty much any, you listen to 90s like country, 80s pop rock music, you can hear that synth, and you can you can put a pinpoint and be like, yeah, that's probably 80s or that's 70s or whatever. So this is very I wasn't even born. If I'm going to make you feel so old with this record, I wasn't even born yet when this came out. So it's weird for me to say it feels nostalgic, because, nostalgia for me really started at like 2005. But point is that it gives me like Resident Evil and like early 2000s grungy kind of Fast and Furious, like that whole Y2K kind of outfits. It's almost cinematic. It's making me think of like 90s and early 2000s films, is this whole instrumental, the way it's built up, especially with the bump, ba bump, and like you have the frequency, the guitar frequency, and then the guitars coming in. It just sounds so from that era, from that time, and the keyboard sounds very 90s and everything, and it's working. Yes, it's dated. It sounds dated. It's not in a bad way, and there's no other way around it, because at the time that was a super trendy sound, so it's nostalgic in its dated ways. And if you think about it, this record is considered vintage at this point, because vintage is like 30 years. Okay, so as this, oh my god, it's at its like 30th birthday, 2005, 2015, 2025, girl, it's considered vintage this year in November. On November 14th, this record will be considered vintage. So let's talk about this record. What do you think about it? For me, again, short and sweet album. Longest song on here is about 4 minutes, and that is Under a Serpent Sun. And everything else is 2.5 to 3.5 minutes. Short and sweet, especially these last 3 songs do not overstay their welcome at all. They just are there to deliver this quick, punchy thing, and I like that. It leaves a lot of room for people to again, replay songs a lot, and to replay this album over and over again, because it is more on the shorter side. And I've talked about that too before. Sometimes it's fun to have a 28 to 35 minute album, because shorter, even back in this day, short albums and short songs still do very well, especially now in today's world. But even in the 90s, when you wanted songs to be on the radio, like 3.5 minutes is like the time, and so I would assume they picked these time slots for keeping people's attention spans, replayability, that kind of thing. There's nothing wrong with it, and clearly at the gates took that goal and that mission, and we're like, okay, well, we're also going to chock every single song full of banger riffs, banger melodies, and just keep our listeners coming back for more. We're going to give them these little instrumental sections, and we're only going to do it like 1 or 2 times to keep the listener repeating our songs over and over again. And I think that that is great. And there's so many songs on here that do that. I think my favorite tracks on here are definitely World of Lies, Unto Others. I love Slaughter of the Soul. Cold was pretty good. Under a Serpent Sun I thought was good. Into the Dead Sky is a pretty decent instrumental. I like that. You know, you have this kind of Spanish guitar, and I love the electric guitars that come in, and I especially like the transition between Into the Dead Sky and Nation, I will call it, because it's like this, they bring the tone and the vibe down of the record with the instrumental Into the Dead Sky, right, as track 5, but then they build it back up with Nation, and they punch you back in the face with this kind of like angry song. And I think that that's great. So it's like, yes, we bring the tone down, we let you have this little reprieve, but then we're going to build it back up and keep the energy going. And I think that that's great. And one could even argue that that's like, you know, the end of chapter 1 going into chapter 2 or something like that. I'm not totally sure. Blinded by Fear, I think, is a pretty interesting introduction. I think that it's cool that the first like 40 seconds again are like the white noise, static, guitar, whatever tones and whatever. So best parts of this record definitely are the riffs. There are some absolute fat meaty riffs. World of Lies, girl, there's some fat meaty riffs on here that are groovy, punchy, beautifully delivered. The guitar tone is really good. As I said, you got some really nice meat and potatoes here with nice gravy on them, okay? We're not doing anything too fancy. We're not being too technical with it. They experimented with a little bit of tech elements. I think it was like Unto Others that we had a little bit of that. But it's not anything that's like way too complicated or too difficult to digest, or it's got this massive message. Just like, no, we're just going to do these short bops, these short bangers, and yeah, but then we're just going to go home. And it's going to be that simple. This is a very good melodic death metal record. And yeah, I'm definitely going to be re-listening to this one. So y'all will have to let me know down below in the comments, what do you think about this record, Slaughter of the Soul from At the Gates? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Did you like some of the songs today? And what were your faves? Let me know more information about At the Gates. What do you think about them? What's their best record, their worst record? Would you like to see a deep dive of them on my channel? Would you like to see more reactions like this? I would love to hear your thoughts as always. And any information you have on At the Gates, please share down below, because as I said, the only thing I know about this band is that they are a melodic death metal band from Sweden. This is literally the first record I've ever listened to them, so I would be really interested to know more about them from y'all. And yeah, I appreciate you being here. I really appreciate your time. If you'd like to see more content from me, then join my Patreon, girl. We got lots of shit that goes on there. I will have all the links down below in my description for At the Gates as well, if you want to support the band, maybe pick up some merch, order this record, or, you know, what have you, okay? So I'll see you soon. Thank you so much for watching, and yeah, have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye, guys.